WrestleMania 40 predictions. These are my predictions for WrestleMania 40. Before the Rumble, before Chamber, where I might concoct some more predictions after the Royal Rumble, but this is how I generally see everything going. Let's go. We got night one. First match of the night, we got a four-way ladder match for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Priest and Balor, Judgment Day, Creed Brothers, Street Profits, Authors of Pain, and I got the Authors of Pain win this one. Really explain, I doubt, not. First of all, I definitely do not think they will split the belts. I think they're going to keep the Undisputed Tag Team Championships as Undisputed Tag Team Championships till after Mania. Because explaining them before Mania is just stupid in my opinion. Secondly, I very much think if we're going to get a Judgment Day breakup, a Judgment Day splitting, it's not going to be this Mania. I think I think you're going to want to save that for SummerSlam or the next year's Mania. Yeah, and I think they'll keep it. But I think the best way to lead into that is have them drop the tag straps. Specifically, Authors of Pain, who just came back, and I think we're probably going to get a cross push. I just realized there's some wrestlers. Okay, I'll go to wrestlers. I think eventually we'll get to wrestlers who I think might be on the show. But Creed Brothers, they're clearly getting pushed. They got on the show. They came to Raw, moved up the main roster. Then in a couple weeks got a title shot. That's huge. They ran through the whole tag roster. And Profits, really popular right now with Bobby Lashley. So yeah, and it's a ladder match because can't go wrong with the Mania ladder match. That's the first match. Second match, Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis with Randy Orton winning. I definitely think for Orton this is the best match for him. You could do this. There are some other matches like Solo, putting him up against Lashley. But I think Nick Aldis, if Aldis can wrestle, I don't know if he can or not. But if he can, this would be the match I'd go for. I think it'd work. You have story to build off of. Or you could do a Nick Aldis champion. Pretty much just some sort of Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton, because they're definitely setting it up. Like, Nick Aldis, he got RKO'd by Orton, and he's got RKO him again eventually, for the fine. And I think we're setting up for this. All this is just kind of fucking over Orton. Indirectly, but he's still kind of fucking him over. And match 3, you got Io Sky versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. This one I'm very confident in. I think Bayley's going to get eventually kicked out. Judgment Day, not Damage Control. And I think this is a match we're going to get. I could see Bayley winning the Rumble or winning the Chamber, something along those lines. I think a Bayley face turn is imminent with her current character. Not a full face turn. We're not going back to the Hugger era, but I think we're going to get this one. So we're not going to get 2 men. Maybe we will, but who knows? But I think this will be the match. I think Bayley's winning. Io has been, honestly, a pretty bad champion. She doesn't look strong at all because Damage Control is always saving her ass. But this should be a damn good match, especially if there's no Damage Control interference. And I got Bayley winning. And the ultimate goal is Damage Control versus 4 Horsewomen. I don't know how much. Dakota Kai's still out. Charlotte's going to be out for many months. But that leaves 3-on-3. So, if we get Monet back. And then, if we get Monet back, then you can probably do that match at SummerSlam. Next up, match 4, we got Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn in a street fight. I got McIntyre going over. This match is just, Drew McIntyre needs a match. He should get a match. Sami should get a match. Drew attacked Sami, injured him. You could work out this match. I don't know if Sami's legit injured or if it's just a kayfabe injury. If it's a kayfabe injury, because it's in December, I don't know if they'll keep Sami out till Mania or for a Mania build. But if they do, then this is the match I'd go for in a street fight too, with McIntyre going over. Match 5 is AJ Styles versus Bobby Lashley. Okay, they kind of need to be on the card, so they're going to be on the card. You could do something, Profits and Lashley versus the OC. You could do something like that. Maybe to neutralize me and Montez Ford brings in Bianca Belair. Something along those lines. That's what I do. But maybe a Super SmackDown or something. You do OC versus Lashley and Profits, and then that builds to Lashley versus Styles. There are a bunch of other matches that can take its place. Karrion Kross can be here against Lashley instead, but that seems like it's going to be bleeding into Rumble Chamber territory, and I don't want to drag that out for 3 months just for a Mania match. Another match, there's a bunch of other wrestlers could put in this spot. But I decided to do this, and Lashley's winning, but AJ can win too. I just think Lashley would do better with a win. Next up, match 6, we have Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. I forgot who said it, but Bianca versus Cargill or Bianca's probably the original plan was to do her versus Charlotte, and but Charlotte's out, and so Bianca really doesn't have anything. Putting her in the world title picture is stupid. Like, she's lost already multiple times. She does not need the belt. But I think you could put her up against Cargill. And of course, Jade's going to win if Jade's ready. And I feel like she should be ready by around Mania time. And if she's ready by around Mania time, I would do this match. A big money match. Bianca Belair, she's like your John Cena of your division right now. You can bring in Jade Cargill. And honestly, if she wins and puts on a good enough showing, Brock Lesnar for the title and have her beat like Bayley, or who I think is going to beat Rhea Ripley for the title at SummerSlam. And finally, for the main event of night one, I got Seth Rollins for CM Punk with World Heavyweight Championship, with Punk going over. Obviously, my obvious prediction, Punk is going to win the Rumble. No shit. Of course, he's going to win the Rumble. Well, it's pretty obvious. Well, it's not ultimately obvious to Cody, but there's no way they're going to have Cody go 2 years in a row. He's going to win the Chamber in Perth. But we got Punk. This is going to be a great rivalry. It's going to be a damn solid match. Actually, depending on what level of work we get from Punk. But if we get, like, Punk put on some good matches. Like, his match against Joe at All In was damn good. I think we could definitely get a good match out of these two. And Seth Rollins, who's, like, one of the best in the world. And, yeah, I have Punk going over, because why wouldn't he? And if you want to be a dick, you have Damian Priest cash in right after he wins. So next up, we got WrestleMania Night 2. And for the opening match, Gunther versus Brock Lesnar versus WWE Intercontinental Championship. With Gunther winning, of course. And, like, there's multiple reasons. Big Haas match. This match, you know, they're going to kill each other. It's going to be great. And I have Gunther winning. You could run the retirement angle here with Lesnar if you want. If Lesnar's going to retire. Or you could have him retire at SummerSlam or something. I don't know. This is a match I got going. And I'm going to have Lesnar win. Or I'm going to have Gunther win. As through time reign makes it feel more legit. Lesnar, you know, get a big dream match. And the main thing is, the reason why it's the first match of the card is so Brock Lesnar can go back to his farm. That's why I have it number one. Match 2, we got Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso in Tribal Combat. Jey Uso taking over the win. This match is all but guaranteed for WrestleMania 40. It's pretty obvious. Don't drag it out. Just do this one match, one and done. Jey and Jimmy make up after with Rikishi in the ring. Tribal Combat, you could call it Extreme Rules, no holds barred, unsanctioned, whatever you want it to be. Yeah, I just picked Tribal Combat because why not? And I have Jey going over. Jimmy needs the win more. And I do think I could totally see Jimmy winning. But I think for the story purposes, Jay's going to win. And it's going to be an extreme match, hardcore match, Tribal Combat, and they're going to beat the shit out of each other. Two brothers. Match 3, we got Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the World Women's Championship. I have Becky Lynch winning. I think Ripley's been champion. It's going to be like around a year at that point. So, and this reign has kind of been a nothing burger of a reign. Like, not much has been done. It sucks. Like, Ripley herself is great, but the reign is, it's okay. She just hasn't done much with the belt. But yeah, and I do think Lynch is going to win. I definitely can see Lynch winning the Rumble, becoming the first 2 times women's Royal Rumble winner. Like, who else? If Monet comes back, I could see it. Yeah, I could maybe see like a slight chance of Bianca, but I don't think they're going to do that. I could maybe see Jade Cargill, but I don't think she's cooked enough in the pot yet. Yeah, I don't think she might not be ready by that time. I think Brock Lesnar to the title that fast is just a bit too much. And Becky's the last legit challenger on Raw for Rhea Ripley, who she hasn't already beaten, or just has no credibility at this point. Like, and I think Lynch is gonna get her win back against Nia Jax, and that's gonna build to her winning the Rumble, and boom. That's my prediction. Or like something along like Lynch wins the Rumble, and then you have Jax after that for like Chamber or something, which will eventually build to WrestleMania. And this is my prediction. Match 4, we got Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship, with LA Knight winning. Dummy, yeah. It's pretty simple. You got the most hated act in wrestling today, very easily, besides like maybe Dominic Mysterio. Like, no one likes Logan Paul. Like, and LA Knight is one of, if not your most popular guy on the roster, your most over guy. So it just makes sense. There's wealth of potential for promos, and stuff. No, Logan Paul saying he's the actual megastar. LA Knight is not even close to a megastar. He claims to be a megastar, something along those lines. And Knight just seems like the one to do it. They're doing Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble, and I doubt they're gonna drag it out. I think they're just gonna do it for Rumble. Logan's gonna win, and then you take the title off him at Mania with Knight, and Knight can take the United States Championship and run it, and hopefully build back up their division, like how Gunther did. Match 5 got Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio with Santos Escobar winning. This is a very obvious match, I hope. If Rey can wrestle, because I think pretty sure he's out right now, you do this match. If he can't, then there's someone else you could probably do. But if he's not there, specifically Andrade El Idolo, if you could do El Idolo, then I run that match. If Rey can't wrestle, but if Rey can wrestle, then you do this match because this match has more history to it. Maybe Carlito, maybe like if you can't get anyone, I don't know who else you do because this is what they're clearly building to. So this is my prediction, and if this don't happen, I think that'd be kind of stupid. And yes, Santos is obviously gonna win because Rey doesn't need the win, and it builds a new star. Like realistically, Dominic should have won, but like who cares? Finally, match 6. This is another. I couldn't think of anything, so women's tag match for the belts. Asuka, Kairi, Kabuki Warriors beat. I just put the. Okay. I just realized I put the same person twice. So Kaden Carter and Katana Chance are removed the same name, the wrong name, but that's just for the match. Put the tag straps on. Why not? Who cares? I couldn't think of anything else. I said you could do something with Karrion Kross, but you also have Kevin Owens isn't on here. There's like a bunch of people. That's why some people say like a United States ladder match, but I just think you take the title. I think you should do LA Knight. Like, you could do a United States title match with the for the on the ladder match because there's a bunch of people you can put into it. You got Styles, Sokoa, Knight, Paul, there's a bunch of people. But this is the one. Finally, the main event. I got Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes winning the Elimination Chamber and finally finishing the story at WrestleMania. Yeah, in a one-on-one match against Roman. Roman does not need to hold the belt any longer. He's proved enough. He's not dropping the belt at Rumble because that'd be stupid. If he doesn't get pinned at the Rumble, if he loses the belt at the Rumble and he doesn't get pinned, that's the dumbest decision ever because he's held this belt for over too close to 1,300 days and you're just gonna have him drop it like that. It's stupid. Just don't do it. So please just have Roman win here at the Rumble, or have Roman hold the belt till Mania and have him lose to Cody. Now, in terms of The Rock, I'll talk about him later and why I think it's going to be Cody instead. But this is just how I have it happening. And yeah. So next up we got other potential matches or wrestlers that could be on the card. So let's start off with Andrade El Idolo. There's been rumors of him going to WWE. Zelina Vega tweeted out that she's got a surprise. There's like one person who could realistically be El Idolo, Andrade. So yeah, if he comes back, as I said, he could be in the Rey Mysterio match if Rey Mysterio can't wrestle. Or I don't know what you do with him. Because I don't know. Again, you kind of have to do a ladder match at that point for a title. But Brock Lesnar I think Gunther versus Brock Lesnar is bigger, so you kind of would have to do Logan Paul. But I think you want Knight in the crowning moment against Paul one-on-one. That's just me. Next up, we got Okada versus Nakamura. I'm pretty sure there were rumors of Triple H winning Okada. And if we get Okada, it sounds like basic as hell, but like his first match should probably be Nakamura or AJ Styles. Those are my predictions for if he were preferred. If he were to come to WWE and his first match was at WrestleMania, my preferred first match for him would be either Nakamura or Styles. Next up, Mercedes Moné. If she were to come back, I'd add her to the world title match. You don't want to do Golden Role Models versus Damage Control too early because then that's a tag match for Mania, even though they have the belts. And I think Bayley should take the belt off of Io. So that's just my prediction, and that's why I'd like to see Moné do at Mania. And in terms of other people who I have not included, Karrion Kross, I don't know what he will do, but he'll probably do something. Or, I don't know. I hope they do something with him, but I just don't know what they'll do. I have no idea. Solo Sikoa, he should definitely be on the card. I just don't know what to do with him. Don't put him into the Jimmy J match. And finally, I honestly don't know. If I'm forgetting anybody, but finally, The Rock, and why I think he will be wrestling at Elimination Chamber and not WrestleMania. First of all, please no, not Mania. Roman's beating Rock at Mania, and I'll say this here: if Roman wins at Mania, he's holding the belt to the next one. There's no way he's dropping it at SummerSlam because that reign is going to be way too long. You're gonna break Hogan's record. It's just gonna be way too goddamn long for it to end at anything that's not a WrestleMania. All that build to just end at like a SummerSlam, like that's stupid. Chamber's a stadium show. It's big enough for The Rock. Uh, Australia probably got big money for The Rock. Just in my opinion, everything's going to Chamber. It just makes the most amount of sense. Imagine The Rock. They're going to do trying to go for Rock versus Roman at Mania, but then Rock don't got time for that. I think he probably Australia probably has the money. Rock probably has the time for Chamber, and I think that's when you do it. It makes it even more legitimizes Roman's title reign by adding another big name into his list of people defeated. It's a big money match, and you could maybe rerun the storyline if you really want to, or you have Rock come out and help Cody win or something. And I hope they do this at Chamber, or do it at the next year's WrestleMania. Set it up for next year. Why? Because it could still main event and doesn't need the belt to main event. It's the biggest match in wrestling today. So that's it. That's all my predictions. And hopefully, and this is gonna be a new style video. I just make PowerPoint presentations and we just run them. That's gonna be it. Bye bye.